What's up, guys? I'm about to do the true insect, well, true bug called order Hemiptera. I don't know, these are like my favorite. The picture, we got like a wheel bug. I know that's kind of odd, but like, you see him feeding right here. But these are like my favorite bugs. I don't know why, these are just my favorite. So about the appearance, okay, if you want to identify them, pretty much like they would have this slender beak called a rostrum. That's mainly what they feed on. In the next slide, I'll talk more about that. Then they usually have wings that are partially hardened and their tips are clear. What I mean by their tips are clear, you can kind of see through the tips of like their wings. And I have like a picture right here that's like a stink bug, and it mainly means like half wing in Greek, since it looked like they only got half of their wing, like you kind of see in their photo. I don't know, it looks kind of like half of a wing. And the front half of the wings are long, and the rear are longer than the rear pair of wings. The rear pair of wings are mainly like see-through. And also, the rear wings have like veins that provides like help for the bug in order for them to fly, and also for them to like fold their wings when when they're not using them. And also, true bugs have an antennae, but they do not contain a lot of segments. They normally have like 5 for their antennae, and no more than like 3 foot joints. Well, I have like a little diagram here so you guys can like see it. Where I'm pointing my pointer, that's the tarsi. That's what I mean by no more 3 than like 3 tarses. That's what I mean by 3 like leg joints. And also you can see by the antennae, like it doesn't have like a whole lot of segments. Basically, I got this diagram up to show you mainly what true bugs basically like look like. While some of them don't really have wings, it mainly depends on the environment. Like a single species can have like winged forms or wingless forms. Winged forms are produced in greater numbers when food sources are like depleted. Okay, so just so y'all know, like the suborders, okay, y'all know this one's my favorite. This is the assassin bugs. And they are in the Rhedoviodidae, like, suborders. I thought this was a good picture to show because it kind of gives you, like, an overview of, like, all the different appearances they can, like, take on. Heck, like, here's a cicada right here. I think this picture's pretty good so y'all can get, like, a better understanding of what true bugs, like, what they all, like, include and stuff like that. Okay, so feeding. I love this picture. Just so y'all know, this is also a wheel bug, like an up close picture. And this one's a little bit different. This is a water bug. I have a little video, you guys, that I would like to show y'all. You can't really see it, but there's like giant water bugs have like large forelimbs that grab their prey, and they'll be able to like pierce their beak into it. Most are mainly predators. Some can be parasitic, like bed bugs. They're mandibles, and maxillae are reformed into long pointed stylets, and they usually lack their palps. In order to eat, true bugs will usually use their rostrum in order to pierce their prey. And what's gross about them? They're fluid feeders, and I know they usually eat on plants, other insects, invertebrates like mammals or like blood. And basically they secrete like digestive enzymes that usually like liquefy their prey, and they usually drink it. They drink it in the inside. Imagine like having a straw for a mouth when you basically drink for like all eternity. That's how you feed basically. It's kind of weird to think about. Okay, so I skipped straight to the video so you guys can see it. I'm gonna push play for y'all. So basically, this is the giant water bug. They can eat fish and even other birds. They're crazy. You see how they grab the forelimbs of the frog? It's just wrapped around the frog. Aw, dang, that poor frog. And then it's entering his beak, and it's just like entering into the frog. And I'm just like, that's crazy. And these things are like mad insane. Like, you don't want to get bit by these or the assassin bugs, because they can be poisonous and their bite like really hurts. Dang, I don't know, I feel so bad for that frog. Now we're back over here. The reason why I skipped to the YouTube video, because sometimes when I have it on my presentation, they won't like show it all in like all of its glory. They won't show it like in full screen. So basically their habitat You can't get away from these guys. They're everywhere. I'm sorry. I know they're kind of freaky, but they're found pretty much everywhere. You're not even safe, bro. They're even found like in the ocean. Like they're pretty much the only bugs that can be found like in the ocean. This is crazy. Like marine ones. Like for example, the sea skaters. There's a picture of them right now. You can even see a seagull. That's proof that it's on the sea. And I'll explain in the locomotion how they're able to like use surface tension in order to like move around and stay on the surface of the water. And they mainly thrive in habitats that are moist and have tons of plants. Heck, they even like gardens. They're usually like great pest control too. I'll explain that near the end of the presentation. I don't know. That's mainly why I love, well, mainly assassin bugs because they're great for pest control. Okay, so for locomotion, like I said, they have like tons of ways. They can move, skate on water, they can fly, they can walk, and they can jump. Bugs that are adapted to aquatic lifestyle are mostly predatory, um, like water scorpions, water boatmen, and back swimmers. Like think about the giant water bug. Like I don't know if you can really see in the video, but they have like legs that are modified to work like paddles so they can swim. Pond skaters, water striders use surface tension to stand on the water, and usually this is mainly called Maragoni effect corrosion. And basically that happens when a soap-like surfactant is released into the water surface in order to change the surface tension, basically causing these water skaters to like stand on the water and like move around on it. And flight is mostly used for short distance traveling. And I have a diagram here. This is for the tree hopper. And they would normally jump rapidly by depressing their hind legs. And before they jump, their hind legs are raised and their vertebra are like pressed tightly together into curved indentations. And the coxa basically is a hip bone or like a hip joint. And the femora is basically a femur, the bone or the thigh or upper hind limb. And basically in the diagram, here's your femur, here's your coxa. Basically what I wrote in my PowerPoint is like the prolo version of those words. And so for reproduction and development, I don't know if you guys remember, but honestly, it was the last presentation I did. You basically remember incomplete metamorphosis, metametabolous, meaning they do not have a pupal stage. Like, remember the dragonflies? Like, I have a diagram of their life cycle right here. And basically the nymphs contain like 5 different stages. Here, like the first, second, third, fourth, and fifth. And then it molds like into the adult that you see now. Nymphs look really similar to the adult form. They don't really look that much different. I talked about the bed bugs and how they reproduce in the last presentation I did. Basically what that's called is called traumatic insemination. And basically, yeah, traumatic alright. The male would take his oedicus, which is basically the penis, and it would stab the female's abdomen, and the sperm will be injected through the womb of the female, and then the sperm will go into the abdominal cavity. And a picture of mealybugs and scale bugs. This is the mealybug, and this is the scale bug. And they basically reproduce by parthenogenesis, a process where the bug can develop without being fertilized. I just wanted to go back here real quick because I remember I didn't talk about this lovely bug right here. Okay, Sternorhyncha would usually attach to their host, which is basically plants, and they use their feeding stylets to keep them, and they don't usually move, they usually stay there. Okay, so finally, okay, this one looks freaky. This is not the adult stage, it's the nymphs. But these guys are my favorite assassin bug. This is an assassin bug. They mainly feed on ants, but they would feed on small insects like flies, beetles, and grasshoppers. And usually they'll wear these dead carcasses on their back for like camouflage. Mainly they'll wear like, you can see different like beetles and ants on its back, but it will mainly wear ants so when it goes into like other ant colonies, it won't be detected because ants will like smell their scent and you'll kind of smell like one of them, so he won't be immediately swarmed and attacked by all these ants. For some reason, adults don't camouflage anymore. That's kind of odd. So basically, this is the end of my PowerPoint. I just wanted to like say because I really like wheel bugs because they feed on Japanese beetles. I don't like Japanese beetles because they mainly like destroy your rose bushes and their blooms. And basically, since they eat them, my rose bushes look great. I love them. They keep my plants safe. And so, I hope you guys have a nice weekend. And goodbye, my guys. Goodbye.